Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Bjorn from Triassic Park Triops again. Hey, I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about the last week. Unfortunately, I got the coronavirus, so I was a little bit sick, and that's why I didn't upload that much as usual, or as much as I wanted to. But I got some good news, guys. I was able to merge the two hatcheries together, and this is what I'm left with. I did have some cannibalism, unfortunately, already, so I decided to release them today. Basically, because they are getting way too big for this hatchery already. So they are ready, and what I just did is I just checked the pH on both enclosures, and it reads 7.46, 7.5, so that's fine. It was 7.5 on both, so on the main tank and on the hatchery, so the pH is the same. That's safe. Well, it appears safe for now. Let's say that. I'm gonna do a TDS reading as well. 131, and this should be 131 as well. Let's see. Yep, 131 as well. So basically, why am I checking this stuff? It's quite important, actually. Basically, because you set up if you're using the same methods that I'm using, if you want to use these methods, there are actually tutorial videos on my channel. They are a little bit older, so you would need to reach back to the oldest videos in my list. But there are hatching tutorials that explain this method that I'm using over here. Basically, you're just letting this hatchery float inside the aquarium that you're going to use to put them in for the long term. That's what I do, because I actually really don't like to keep Triops in these kind of small containers for like a permanent home. Way too small, gonna end up with a lot of cannibalism and a lot of troubles. I want large, nice, fully grown Triops that are like at their maximum of their lifespan. So that's why I'm going to transfer these guys. But I started with rainwater. Inside this tank is actually, let's say, 50% tap water, 130 TDS, and there is some, how to call it, RO water inside it as well, kind of to dilute the amount of minerals in this tank. So basically, I need to transfer them because I need to acclimate them, because if I'm going to put them from rainwater into tap water, that could cause a shock, and they could try to early molt, and that can result in failure as well. So basically, to make sure that they will be transferred like completely safely and well, I always acclimate them first priorly to releasing them in the main tank, just to make sure that they don't get shock, they don't get failed molts, so they will have like a nice arrival in the main tank. Basically, what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to catch them with a little net and going to release them inside the corner over here, and I'll be right back with you guys to take a look at them, how they are doing in the tank. Probably some of them will be digging, because some of them already reached maturity at the 7th day. That's quite impressive, guys, because usually Triops reach adulthood at, let's say, 14 days up to 2 weeks. So it's quite early after 1 week already. So some of the boys are already engaging towards the ladies. So it's definitely time to release them, because that's not going to be like a nice time for the ladies inside such a small enclosure. They need some space and some room, some crannies, some little caves to hide in for the little males, because they are getting active right now. So that's basically it. I'm going to release them, because otherwise it's going to be like a little bit too active in here. They are engaging quite a lot, so that means it's definitely time to release them. I'm going to take a little look at this guy. Or girl, not completely sure. We'll see, maybe. That's a girl. Yep, you can see the egg sacs already. Oh, well, that's a lady. Anyways, I'm gonna release them. Be right back, guys. So, I just released the Triops. They are currently inside the tank. You might be able to spot some of them already. We're gonna take a closer look at them. The water is a little bit murky, as you can see. That's because I added the hatchery water into the main tank as well, and that definitely makes the water a little bit more cloudy, but no problem. That will definitely disappear in, like, let's say, one night or something. Tomorrow it will be really clear again, I think. But we're gonna take a look at the Triops because they are really active. They are really happily exploring their surroundings currently, as you can see. Really fun to watch. Oh, that's what I meant. Like, they're definitely already searching for some type of action. So yeah, they are definitely happy with their new place, I guess. Really beautiful Granarius, Triops. I already really like this colony. I just released about, let's say, 15 Triops. I forgot to count them when I released them, so I think there are about 15 Triops. Not completely sure what the male-female ratio is at this moment, because some of the Triops are a little bit too small to actually be able to say if they are males or females. But there are already some distinct larger males visible. This is definitely a Granarius male. Really active behavior. It's crazy. The head shield is a little bit more flat, and they do have some extra characteristics that I can show because it just went nuts and went into the background. I'm gonna find another Triops, I guess. Here's another one. I think this is another male, also really active currently. It's crazy. Jeez. Oh damn, that's another male. 100%. Oh. Whoa, they are extremely active. Like, never seen this before actually, that active. Oh, for the people that are wondering what this thing is, it's something new that I'm using. I'm actually using these in my shrimp tanks as well. It's a Zuchting oxidator mini, and it's basically, it has H2O2, I think, in it. Let's see, what was it again? Not completely sure. Let me see. I think it was H2O2 as well. Not completely sure. It doesn't tell what's inside it. Anyways, what it does is basically it generates oxygen inside the tank. That's it, basically. Instead of using a bubbler and like a filter, it's basically releasing tiny little oxygen bubbles inside the tank, and this way it's way more effective to inject oxygen into your water column. So I wanted to try it. I'm basically using these with shrimp, having better results with these inside the tank as well. So I was like, maybe try it with Triops as well. Maybe we will get some interesting results when we inject extra oxygen into their tank. Well, basically on the hardscape of the tank, that's what I wanted to say about it. I did move the log a little bit. It's a honeycomb type wood log piece of wood, anyhow, and I added some Microsorum minor. It's a Java fern on top of it, and well, it does give a nice green lush bush on top of the wood, and definitely looks good to me. I did want a little bit more of an open foreground to make sure that I'm able to see some Triops activities in the foreground. Usually they tend to move to the location that have a little bit more light. So I basically darkened out the back a little bit with larger, taller plants, and I added slate in the background as well. So usually, usually I expect the Triops to be a little bit more on the foreground where they can dig. Basically, because I closed the background with some larger slate type of fragments. Basically, it's just all slate type stone from here up till here, basically covering the whole back. It's like diagonally or something. Like, I don't know how to pronounce it, so I'm sorry guys. It's like a line crossing through the tank like this, moving from the left front corner to the right back corner, and the foreground is filled with white type of gravel. Something new as well. I was using black gravel mostly, but I switched to white gravel because it looks a little bit more natural this way instead of the black gravel. So I'm happy with the looks of this tank currently, and I probably will redo this scape the next time when I'm using a different species of Triops again, because it's easy for me. I can just harvest the gravel, remove the log with the plants attached. I do need to replace or remove the stem plants, but that's basically it. So there aren't that much plants inside this tank. It's really a simple planted tank, but it looks a little bit more nice to me. It looks a little bit more natural instead of just like a empty box filled with water, a bit of gravel, and some Triops and their food. So yeah, I think, and what I'm also expecting, is that the ladies will have a little bit more rest inside this type of tank. Because when I was having Triops Granarius the last time, I was actually using a way smaller tank, 25 liters. Oh, excuse me guys, the lights just turned off. Give me a second. That means it's 11 o'clock and it's actually later than I thought. So yeah, the aquarium turned off automatically. That's because I got a timer on my lights. I didn't expect it that it was that early or that late in the evening already. But anyhow, what I wanted to say is the design of the tank is a little bit more on the easier side, but it's also a practical setup, because I got the slate in the background. Probably would not have as much eggs as the gravel in the foreground, but that's what I want, because I want to watch the Triops actually. But they do need a little bit more space in my opinion. Last time I was having them in a little smaller tank, and the ladies just didn't have enough room to actually escape the males now and then. And well, eventually the males started to eat the females as well, because they were getting how to say it, they were getting weaker and weaker because they engaged so much to mate, and they really got tired out after a while. So a lot more room, and I think that's going to be that's going to give better results in the end as well. Currently they are 7 days old, so that's really interesting to watch that they are actually that big already. But we're gonna keep continuing on watching them, and let's see what they will be doing in the future and how big they will get actually inside this tank. I'm really curious, really curious. But we'll find out eventually. I hope we'll be seeing them around at the 2 months lifespan as well. Usually they get at that point of the time of the lifespan, they get really big. So that's the fun part of keeping Triops. Like at the end, they get the biggest, of course. So that's something for in the upcoming weeks. We'll be watching how fast they will grow this time. That's basically it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the little update after my coronavirus week off. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope to see you guys next time. We're gonna have a lot of look at this tank again. Thank you guys. See you next time.